Have you ever looked at Japan and just wondered, what is their secret? It's this place with one of the longest life expectancies in the world and a culture that seems to be built on calm and focus and purpose. Well, the answer, it turns out, isn't some huge, complicated national strategy. It's something much, much smaller. First, you start to notice the little things. You're walking through a massive city like Tokyo and you just think, why is this place so clean? Where's all the chaos you'd expect from a city with millions of people? And then you see the bigger picture. It's not just that people there are living longer lives, they seem to be living with this really deep sense of meaning. So, how on earth do these things connect? Well, the answer lies in these tiny, almost invisible habits. We're not talking about complicated rituals or these massive life overhauls. We're talking about small, consistent actions that, over time, just compound into a massive difference. So let's break them down. It all starts with the mindsets. These are the core philosophies that really shape how you see the world and, maybe more importantly, how you see yourself. First up is wabi-sabi. In a world that is completely obsessed with perfection, the flawless Instagram feeds, the spotless homes, wabi-sabi is the perfect antidote. It's all about accepting imperfection. It's a mindset that encourages you to find the beauty in things exactly as they are right now. The idea is so simple, but it's profound. A crack isn't a flaw, it's history. A wrinkle isn't a sign of aging, it's a map of your entire life. Wabi-sabi basically frees you from that exhausting chase for perfection and just lets you be. Next is gaman, and this one gets misunderstood a lot. It is not about suppressing your feelings or just sucking it up. Gaman is all about endurance with dignity. It's that quiet strength, that inner resolve to face really hard things without breaking down. It's choosing not to let your pain define your whole story. Kintsugi might just be the most beautiful metaphor for resilience you'll ever find. When a bowl breaks in Japan, they don't hide the cracks. No way. They actually highlight them with gold, celebrating the break as part of the object's unique history. And here is the crucial point. Your struggles, your failures, your heartbreaks, those are not things to be ashamed of. They are the gold that makes you stronger and even more beautiful than you were before. They're proof that you have lived and you have rebuilt yourself. So, how do these mindsets actually translate into daily life? Well, that brings us to our next section, the practices. These are the real, tangible actions that start to build momentum. Kaizen is the philosophy of getting just 1% better every single day. And this is where that wabi-sabi mindset we talked about becomes a superpower. When you accept that you're not perfect, it's so much easier to start small. Forget massive changes that just lead to burnout. Kaizen is about making progress so small it feels effortless. But the compound effect over time? Whoa, it's absolutely staggering. And what's so powerful about this is how it completely redefines the goal. The goal isn't get fit, the goal is do one push-up. It's not read more, it's read one page. You make the action so ridiculously easy that you just can't say no. Kaizen removes all the friction, and before you know it, you've actually built a real habit. Okay, this number right here, 80%. This is the key to one of the simplest yet most powerful health habits you could ever adopt. This is the principle of hara hachibu from Okinawa. It means eating until you're only about 80% full. The idea is to stop when you're almost satisfied, not completely stuffed. And why? Because it takes your brain about 20 minutes to even register that you're full. So if you eat until you feel full, you've probably already overeaten. This tiny moment of mindfulness prevents that. Next is Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. Now, this is not about hiking or exercise. Think of it more like medicine. Seriously, doctors in Japan literally prescribe this. Spending slow, quiet time in nature is scientifically proven to lower stress, reduce blood pressure, and boost your immune system. And you don't need a deep forest to do it. The key is just to disconnect, like the slide says. No phone, no podcast, no goal. Just be present with your surroundings. Let nature reset your nervous system. In our hyper-connected world, this might be the most rebellious act of self-care there is. So we have the mindset and we have the practices. But what drives it all? This final section is all about the why, that deep sense of purpose and connection that gives all these habits their meaning. This is Ikigai. It's not just your job or your hobbies, it's your reason for being. And that resilience we talked about, that gaman and kintsugi, it's so often fueled by a strong sense of Ikigai.
Researchers believe it's a major reason why so many people in Okinawa live these active, joyful lives well past 100. It is the engine that drives you forward.
So, how do you find it? Well, your Ikigai lies at the intersection of these 4 simple questions you see here. What do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? And what can you be paid for? That sweet spot where all 4 of those overlap, that's where you'll find your purpose. And finally, there's omoyari. Think of this as the social glue. It's compassionate consideration. It's the habit of thinking about how your actions are going to affect others before you act. It's why people are quiet on trains and why public spaces are kept so clean. It's a collective sense of responsibility.
This is the simple check you can do anytime. Before you play loud music, before you take up space on the sidewalk, just pause and ask this question. These small acts of consideration create this incredible ripple of trust and respect that just makes life better for everyone.
So, there they are. Kaizen for progress, Ikigai for purpose, Hara Hachibu for health, Shinrin Yoku for peace, Wabi-sabi for acceptance, Gammon for resilience, Omoyari for connection, and Kintsugi to remind you that being broken is a beautiful part of becoming whole.
Ultimately, the key takeaway here is simple. None of these habits are about trying to achieve a perfect life. As the slide says, the goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be intentional. It's all about making small, conscious choices every single day that line up with the person you want to become. You don't need to adopt all 8 at once. Just pick one. Make it so small you can't say no, just like we learned with Kaizen. So, which one will it be? That one small choice could be the start of a massive, massive difference.